Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. My name's Joni Ogg, and on behalf of travelprofessionalnews.com, home-based travelagent.com, and find a host travelagency.com, I would like to welcome all of you to today's webinar, and I thank you for taking time out of your day to join us. We're really excited today to welcome our friend and our speaker today, Calvin Rodriguez. He is the Vice President of Sales and Engagement at Travel Planners International. Calvin is a relationship-driven sales leader with a passion for empowering the travel advisor community to continue to grow and thrive within the travel and tourism industry. And he's a firm believer in the power of knowledge sharing. He's an active public speaker and a dedicated mentor to the next generation of industry professionals. He's got a strong commitment to community service and collaboration, plus a focus on continuing to shape a more connected travel landscape. And driven by this mission to help others grow their business, he loves to bring his energy, which he has a lot of, his vision and his heart to every initiative. And Calvin's been traveling like crazy. So he just literally flew in and signed on to do this webinar, and he got home and he was on the thing in like 5 minutes. So this guy's been working hard for all of us out there. Today's webinar topic is the Smart Advisor's Guide to Creating a Winning Business Plan. And this is really a great topic for the start of the new year, because even if we have a business plan already, it never is wrong to go ahead and rework and rethink and fix it up for the next year. So one very lucky attendee today is going to win a 30-minute phone consultation with Calvin. Be sure to listen carefully for your chance to win that, because that's really valuable. And additionally, one more lucky attendee is going to get a $50 Amazon gift card, courtesy of Travel Professional News, to continue to do some more holiday shopping. So remember, folks, you will be muted throughout the webinar, but of course, we always welcome your questions at any time. All you need to do is put those questions anytime you want. In the right-hand side of your screen, you'll see the question panel, and just type them in there, and we'll hold on to those and ask those questions of Calvin when he's all done with his presentation. We'll take as many questions then as we can. So I'm going to just go ahead and hand this over to our friend Calvin and let him go at it here.
Joni, thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. I'm going to have you travel with me so you can introduce me to everybody, because those intros are amazing. I love it. Thank you so much for that kind intro. Always, I truly appreciate it, and I love to be here in front of all of the advisors here. And like you said, I'm a true believer in sharing knowledge, and knowledge is power. And so I truly believe in these sessions are very important, because you can gain something out of it every single time. You know, as Joni said, some of you may have already a business plan or marketing plan in place, but what can you gain from this conversation today and this webinar today is that you can gain maybe a nugget here, a nugget there that can probably enhance or build up what you already have, right? Because it's always good to kind of, as a professional and what you do every day, it is so crucial that you always kind of look back at your business plan to make sure it aligns with your business and what you're doing, right? So you got to look at that every so often. Take a gut check, make sure it looks good. And then make the tweaks that need to be done to be able to have that updated as you move along with your business and your journey as well. So thank you, everyone, for being here today and tuning in this afternoon. I truly appreciate it. As Joni said, I was just at the Reader's Choice Awards in New York. And it was a quick 24-hour turnaround. My flight arrived in Miami on time, but unfortunately the gate was not functioning, and so we were not able to deplane. And so we were stuck there, and I was sweating, knowing that I had this call at 4 o'clock, and I was telling the Uber driver, please go as fast as you can so I can get in front of the computer and be here with all of you. So this is really, really important to me to have these conversations and these webinars. So trust me, I was sweating, but I'm glad to be here with you all. Another thing is, that I want to say is happy holidays to everybody. If you're celebrating with your family, with friends, happy holidays to everybody. I hope that you get the deserved break that you can. I know that we're still all so busy and working through the holidays, but if you get a chance to take a step back and relax, I hope you do so. So let's get started with today's webinar. I really am big on this particular subject. Coming from being a business owner myself, I'm very passionate about putting a plan in place. I've talked to many advisors over the years, and I've been in this industry now for 23 years. And, as I talk to advisors over the years, either new to the business or a seasoned veteran, I hear all the time that many of you do not have a business plan in place or marketing plan in place. And so I cringe when I hear that, because I think it's so important in any business that you have a plan in place, because having that plan in place will create the plans and the goals that you have for your business to be able to get to the next level. And today I'm going to walk through a couple of things that you should be looking for. And one thing that I will say is that don't ever think that this is very intimidating or complicated. If you go to the SBA website, they give you a free marketing plan that you can download on your own. And that's the Small Business Administration website that you can visit. And they'll give you some tools that you may need if you feel a little challenged or maybe intimidated by creating this plan. But it's really not that hard. I'm gonna kind of walk you through and help you understand the positioning on it, the value that you have, but not only that, how you can gain, an overall concept to this marketing plan. So we'll go over some of that to have that winning business plan. Some of the things that you should definitely look for is the customer overview. That should definitely be on there. And then, basically, what are some of the things that you need to keep a strategic marketing plan in place as well, right? Because that is very crucial when you go into your business plan, is having that marketing plan is in place as well. So that way, you know what you're doing as far as marketing with your business, how you're getting the word out there, how are you spending those dollars to market your business. And there's many different avenues that you can take when it comes to marketing, but you just got to find that sweet spot that you feel works for your business. So I want to pause for a second before I move on to this to the second slide, because I'm very curious. I know we have a good amount of folks listening to this webinar today, but if you can comment on the chats, how many of you are currently using or have a business plan, or maybe thinking of creating one? Because 2026 is knocking on the door. We're only a weeks away, and we'll be celebrating New Year's together here. So if you can just put on the chat, yes, I have one, no, I don't, or maybe I'm thinking of creating one. And we'll just
Hey,
take
so
a second.
Calvin,
Yes.
I don't want to interrupt you. I'm so sorry, but they don't want to click on the chat. They want to click on the questions area to put that in there. So I just want to make sure I let them know that. So
Okay,
folks,
perfect.
chat is not enabled. You just need to put your comments in the questions area. So I just wanted to let you know, Calvin.
Thank you.
Okay, no worries.
So, yeah, so if you guys want to take a quick second and put those in there, I'm just curious on the audience that we have here today, how many are using that marketing plan or business plan as well, which is within that marketing plan.
Quite a few of them are, Calvin. Some people are just getting started. Someone says they've got a rough one, working on it currently. No, I don't really understand what I need to do. Not yet. I do want one. So it sounds like this timing of your webinar is perfect.
Great. Well, that's good. All right, so let's move on then to slide number 2. So what is a business plan, right? What it is. And like I said earlier, don't think of it being intimidating or complicated. Think of it more of a foundation for everything that you do, right? And so you want to start with your pitch, right? I'm sure you've run into people over time that ask you, "What is your business? What do you do? How are you different from someone else?" Right? And so you have to have that pitch of your business, right? Think of it almost like an elevator pitch. That when you're in the elevator and you only have so much time, and someone's next to you asking what you do, you can kind of explain it with no hesitation. And so this is something you should definitely you want to make sure you have that in your plan. The next step is, and I think many of us miss this, is having a mission statement. Any company that you're dealing with, and I'll show you one in a second with ours at Travel Planners International at TPI. It's important that you have a mission statement. That is the heart of your business. This is the why behind what sets you apart, the tone, and how you show up, right? So you have to have that business plan. Then you want to think about how you define what you offer. You want to make sure that you outline that. Guys, you don't have to be a jack of all trades. Maybe you're focused on a couple of partners out there that's where you really are keen in, and maybe you have a team of associates that you do have, and maybe they work on some other partners within the scope that you have within your business. So you kind of really want to define that, and what are the services that you provide. How do clients want to work with you, right? And and what are the certain destinations that you've really focus on, that is your go-to, that you know like the back of your hand, right? So all of that needs to be defined in what is your business and how you put that in your plan. And remember how I said earlier that this can change over time. Think about it. Maybe you start off, as an example, you start off with Carnival Cruise Line, and then your business evolves into maybe looking at selling celebrity cruises, right? And I'll give you an example. With my business, I owned a party rental business here in Miami. And so when we started the business, we focused on family parties. So we had the bounce houses, we had the chairs, the tables, we had the generators, and then we were licensed to be able to go into all the parks here in Miami, so that way we can cater to those customers and be able to go into the parks. But over time, our business started to evolve into something else. And we started seeing our business started catering to more weddings and corporate events, and not so much the family parties at the park. So it got to the point where we looked at each other, me and my wife, and we said, all right, I think it's time that we don't renew our licenses with the parks. We just have our business license and licenses to operate here in South Florida. And that's what we did. And then we started really honing in into the weddings and corporate event business. And so we had to change our business plan, and our clients, also, we had to let our clients know what we were focused on. Now, don't get me wrong. I wasn't a huge party rental company here in Miami, but I was big enough that I can make the change. But I still didn't say no to family business. Because I wasn't going to turn it down, right? So, but it was a smaller part of my business at that time. So you just have to tweak a bit about how you define that, and how you want to look at that as well. I think that when you look at your business, you have to always look at your local community. It plays a role, and a very important one. And what I mean by that is, when you have community in your business grows with it as well. You have to try to get the word out there, and this is it comes easy, right? You can definitely get involved with some of your community events. Maybe it's a local chamber. Maybe it's a Rotary Club. Maybe it's a local golf club that you want to be a part of, and maybe you can get business from there. You really have to get into your community. Maybe it's attending fundraiser events where you're giving a little bit back to the community from your business, but then that spreads the word that you're there, you're giving back. Um, you know, the folks that are part of that nonprofit organization, they do travel as well, so it just opened up more and more doors, and it's all about networking in your community. So just make sure that you definitely put in community into your business plan and how you want to leverage the community with your business. And so finally, the business model, right? So how your business makes money, where does the revenue come from, and how do you want to structure your operations of your business, right? I think of it is that you have to have your profit and loss statement. Obviously, you have an accountant for that that can help you with that as well. But I think you should always understand the money that's coming in, and then the money that's going out is very, very crucial. And all of this comes together to have a powerful business plan. So let's talk about the mission statement now. So ours here at TPI is, our mission is to provide all of the tools, support, and fulfillment services to assist each of our travel partners to be the most knowledgeable, effective, competitive, and profitable leisure and corporate sellers in the travel industry. And so that's our mission statement. Some are shorter, some are longer, and that's fine. It's how you want to define your mission statement. But just make sure that you have a strong statement for your business, that you identify your purpose. And as you can see, this is our purpose here at TPI. We give all the tools, obviously the support, the services, and all that to our advisors, so then that way they can be the best that they can be and be the most profitable and have the best business possible that they can in this beautiful industry that we are in. So make sure you take the time and jot down a business plan. Hey, maybe use ChatGPT if you have to. Put your ideas together and just say, hey, ChatGPT, can you create, based on my ideas here, a business plan for my business? And obviously it may throw out a couple of ideas for you. So it doesn't hurt to ask AI for a little bit of help if you're a little bit stuck. So if you have that, I would definitely take advantage of that. So let's go ahead and oh, you know, one thing I want to mention with your mission statement is make sure that it is clear within your marketing, that you have any decisions that you make sure that you are focused around your mission statement. And if you have a website, make sure you put it on there. If you have a Facebook page, put it on there as part of your about your business information. Put as much information about your business as you can in your social media platforms. If you have your company website, you want to definitely put that as well in there. So if anyone wants to read about who you are and what your business is about, and they want to kind of read that mission statement, then go ahead and make sure you apply that in everywhere that you can. So let's define your ideal client. I think that when you think about this, this is important in a business plan. And when you think about this, is you want to focus on what's important and don't overlook this as part of your business plan. Define who's your ideal client. You know, that again, this is not a long document that you have to write, or it shouldn't take you hours and hours to complete this activity in your business plan. But it's more of a roadmap to help you have a clear understanding of what you're trying to do and reach. I would definitely start with your demographics. You know, what age range are you targeting? Is there a particular income that you have in mind? Maybe you live in a certain area in your community where the targeted income is for a family is 150,000 a year. So are you looking to target that particular income status? Maybe family status. Are you catering to mostly families? Maybe a particular lifestyle that they're really focusing on, or you're focusing on. So, you want to kind of jot those down as well. The other thing is the geographic side of it, right? Which is another element, right? Where do these clients live? I know that there are many advisors that focus only on local business, but do you focus on nationwide business? Do you go a little bit outside of your state or maybe your small community? Do you get clients from other areas where you can get some business? You have to definitely look at those particular regions that you want to focus on. And then think about the why and the type of client with as far as the benefits that you're going to provide your clients with the services that you have. And what kind of problems do you solve for them? That's another question that you should definitely consider thinking when you're looking at your whole ideal client. The other thing is messaging. How do you want to message your business so that way your clients remember who you are as a business owner, as an individual? I can tell you firsthand that our business in Miami, the party rental business, no one knew us by the name of our company, but they knew us by our name because we delivered a particular message that they will always remember us by. So think about the messaging and how do they want to walk away from what you've given them as far as the experience that you have. And then finally here, and I mentioned it a little bit, is the household income and the behavior, the budget ranges. How do you want to position what you offer based on that target household income? I think that's very important to understand that. And that's how you can really know who your ideal client is. And it should be in every part of your business when it comes to your marketing, the content, the partnerships that you have. You have to make sure that all of this is also transitioned into everything else that you do when it comes to the content that you put out in social media, the content maybe that you have in your website, the partnerships that you have with your partners, and then the marketing that you're pushing out to get the word out of your business. So all of that has to be defined into your ideal client. And so I think that is a very great exercise that you should definitely add on to your business plan. So when you think about the growth potential, right? I think of it as first is developing your network. If and this is part of the business plan, right? So and I'm sorry, I hear like a background noise. Oh, there we go. It stopped. Okay. So when you think about and I'm giving you these 8 examples is because this should be also part of your plan, because this helps you grow as well within your plan. So I think you should definitely develop a network. Tap into people you already know, maybe some friends, family, colleagues, and consider how they may help you expand your client base. This should definitely be on your plan. Number 2, learn from others. I think it's important that you seek advice and support from your fellow advisors, maybe a mentor, a leader in the industry. I think this is also something that you should put in there, and obviously it's going to change over time, but you should definitely have this as part of your plan. Because we're all about learning from others. You're here learning from me and how I kind of look at things from this side of of it when it comes to the business and marketing plan. So just learn from others and connect with those fellow colleagues, mentors, and leaders in the industry. I think you should definitely invite others. And what I mean by that is that invite your clients or people in the industry for coffee, just to chat, maybe a lunch meeting, maybe have a local gathering of like-minded people. It could be like how we have at TPI, we have our advisors that they are volunteers for our advocate program, and they do advocate meetups in different areas around the US. And so maybe you, if you don't have something like this, maybe you can be a little bit creative and start being your own advocate, and how you can really get the word out there and invite folks to be a part of your meetings, get to learn a little bit more about what you offer and get the word out, right? So the more that you do that, the better. And it doesn't have to be with a supplier. It could be you just inviting a few people for, it could be a customer for lunch, or maybe a coffee, or however you really want to do this, but just make sure you invite others and get more people in front of you. The fourth one, invite yourself. What I mean by that is join any committees that you can, boards, local associations, anything that can help you be involved and be visible in your community. So invite yourself to be a part of a lot of the things that are around the community. So many times we hear local communities hosting these farmers markets, and maybe you can be a part of the farmers market. Maybe it costs you $200 to be there, because it's you're spending the money to have the table and the chairs, or the tent to be there, but that could be part of your marketing plan itself, right? So be involved, invite yourself to attend these events. I used to always attend every event I could possibly go to, so that way I can build who I am as an individual, but also continue to network. You just never know when you're going to count on that person that you spoke to. So get out there and get yourself out there with the community. I always say it's important that you ask for feedback, whether it's from peers or from clients. This gives you an honest insight on how you are approaching your business. Should you tweak somewhere within what you're doing, depending on if you're getting the same feedback over and over again, and maybe that's time for you to kind of say, okay, I got to really change it up a little bit. So think about that as well. The other one is work with others and volunteer, collaborate on projects. This helps obviously build more networking and build relationships. If there's somewhere in your community where they're going to clean up the beach, get a part of that. Be a part of those events in your community, because you get to meet other people, and those people do travel, and there's a company behind that, and usually the county is behind that, depending on the state, county that you're in. You'll get to meet those the mayors, the vice mayor, and these some of these people that are in these communities, where you can then expose yourself a bit more. As we get to our last two here, be direct. Tell people what you do and why it matters, and how it supports their goals. I'll give you an example. I was talking to one of our advisors that was she was flying home from a business trip, and she was on the aisle seat, and she had obviously someone in the middle seat, and she had someone on the window seat, right? And so she heard the person that was on the window seat talk about travel, and she was very direct, and she bypassed the middle person that was sitting in the middle seat, and she started having a conversation with the guy from the window seat. And next thing you know, she got two bookings by just being direct and telling people what you do. And I always think about this is that you guys are a walking billboard, and you should always represent yourselves as that, and be proud of what you do, and be direct of what you do, and that's going to help you grow your business, and obviously meet other people, and maybe even get potential clients out of this too. So, and that's just one example, right? That advisor shared with me. And lastly, you have to be a information hub. The more you share knowledge through your community, through presentations, through local events or social posts, the more credible uh, you are, and how you build yourself, right? One of the things that helped our business here in Miami was that I was always helping others, and I was always attending so many things and sharing and being a part of the community. And that helped me with credibility with my business, because people were like, oh, yeah, Calvin, he has this party rental. You have to go to him. He is good. He's going to help you out and give you everything you need for your wedding or your corporate event. And so we started to build that by being that information hub, being that expert, being sharing, and talking, and giving ideas to people on their weddings and their corporate events. You can do the same thing with your clients. Like, hey, maybe they gave you an idea that they wanted to go to Japan, and you start giving them ideas, and you start becoming that information hub to them. And then that gets them excited, and so you're able to book that. So put all of these 8 steps into your business plan as well, because this is very key. And again, you can change these right over time, because depending on what you may do or change will change a lot of what these 8 steps are here. So just think about this. I think it's important that you think about it, and I think you're going to gain a lot from it as well. So let's move on to this next one here. Sales. Company needs sales, right? And I think that it's important that, and one thing I've found that is very challenging with some advisors is that they don't monitor their sales. So I asked them, like, oh, so how'd you do this year? And it's crickets, because they're just so busy booking that they don't know how much they're making. And so, yeah, they may know later on once they submit everything to their accountant, but I think you should definitely know what you're making every day, every couple of days, every week, and so on and so on. And I think there's plenty of platforms out there that can monitor your sales, especially with the CRM companies and QuickBooks and all that. Those platforms that are out there that can help you monitor your sales regularly. But it also helps you and pushes you to get to the next level, right? Maybe you have a goal. You set yourself a short-term goal where you want to hit a certain target of sales. Well, in order to do that, you have to monitor them. If not, you're never going to know if you did reach your short-term goal or your long-term goal. So I think that is crucial. Look at your new versus repeat clients, and how does that look like for you? I think that you should definitely have repeat clients. I think that that's something that in any business you should definitely have, and repeat clients are very important in the stability of the business and being able to sustain the business, and having it continue to grow as you continue to have more repeat clients or more referrals that come in from those repeat clients. But one of the things that I always say that it's important to have repeat clients, but one of the things that fills up your pipeline in any business is new business. And so you should never shy away from new business that comes in. because then that new business becomes repeat business. And so you should never back away from just saying, well, I'm just going to deal with my clients that I currently have, my repeat clients. Um, but those repeat clients, and guys, and I'm saying this because we all know that as we get older, the time clock ends at one point or another in our life, and those repeat clients, may not be there any longer in life. And so it's important to start creating those new opportunities with your new clients and start building that foundation again with these new clients as well. Um, you have to understand your target customer and who is booking with you. And you can definitely look at that with how you monitor your sales and what partners are you um, really pushing or have a target customer interest in, where you're getting maybe a bulk of that business. So I think it's important to understand that, because maybe you're focusing on something that's not really helping you grow your sales or your commission earnings. And maybe that is something that you need to really evaluate and think of, okay, is this a target customer that I should be focusing on? Maybe should I pass it on to one of my associates if you have a team, or maybe I should stick it through and see how it goes. So I think you should really think about your target, definitely your target customer. Creating new initiatives. Um, you know, I think it's important that you need to reevaluate how you do business when you think about the initiatives that you have for your business. Definitely, this is something that you need to look at, and when you think about it, it could be anywhere from promotions. It could be maybe you're focusing on group travel, maybe a referral program that you have. You have to really reinvent the wheel, be creative with how you are with your business and the initiatives that you're trying to deliver within your business. And finally here, you should definitely communicate your goals with your BDM. And your BDM is there to support you. I know so many, and I've heard so many that don't go to their BDM for support. You should definitely, I would say, you should be your business plan. I would say your business plan is usually something that you would have standard in place in your business. You would tweak it as time moves on, as your journey changes. But your marketing plan is something that you should definitely be talking about with your BDMs. I would say no later than maybe around September, October. You should definitely start thinking about what that marketing plan looks like for 2026 and what are your goals are for 2026, and have those conversations with your BDM and invite them. Like I said on the previous slide, invite them. Don't wait for them to invite you. Invite them for a coffee and talk about your goals and and communicate that, and what are your sales that you want to hit with that individual partner, and let them help you get to those goals that you have. You should definitely don't hesitate to reach out to the BDM. The other thing I think it's important that many don't understand, and it may be different with different partners, but when you have an established marketing plan, you can go to many of these BDMs, and if you're hosting events, you can ask them for co-op money. And if they see that you're providing business to their brand, and they see that your business is growing with them, most likely they're going to give you some funding, so that way you can do some of the things that you want to do, right? So I think it's important that you have those conversations with your BDM, tap into them when it comes to some co-op dollars that then maybe they can help you to support you and the initiatives that you have in place for your goals for 2026. So definitely keep an eye on that and make those conversations with your BDM. All right, now let's talk about the marketing plan, which is within the business plan. And guys, I know I've been talking a lot, and you're probably like, Calvin, this is a lot of information. But don't worry, just take it easy, take your time with it. It's really not that complicated. But when you are in your marketing plan. You have to really define your marketing plan. So there's a couple of ways you can look at this. I gave you two examples here. Here is, um, do you want your marketing plan to be quarterly? And quarterly, I mean that you're looking at Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4, and you're reevaluating your marketing plan per quarter. And so maybe you want to focus on something in Q1, then maybe in Q2 you're not going to focus on. So maybe you want to do it um, quarterly, and you want to have that for you want to set yourself for that timeline of your marketing plan. Others like to do an annual marketing plan where you already kind of lay out the foundation, the plan that you want to have for the year, and you're going to jot all of that down, right? And you're going to really define where you're spending your dollars for your marketing plan. Because remember what I said earlier, the money that's coming in is the money that's going out into the marketing plan, and then you have to know what your net is when it comes to what your earnings are. So you don't want to be crazy and spend all this money on marketing, but you don't have enough marketing dollars to, you're not making enough sales to commit to all that marketing that you're pushing out there. So you're going to be upside down. So you want to make sure that you have enough dollars for your marketing in your business, but that you still have a good cash flow, and you're still profitable while you're doing this, and your net is coming out positive. And obviously your accountant can help you with your dollars that you're spending within your marketing plan, and obviously what's coming into the business. So that your accountant can help you on. But you can do that yourself. It's really not that complicated. You just got to really figure out, okay, this is what I'm making per quarter, and this is how much I'm investing into the marketing for that particular quarter. Maybe you're doing an annual one where you're saying, well, this year in 2026, I want to spend $20,000 in marketing. And so now you got to say, okay, how am I going to divide those $20,000 for the whole year? And maybe I say, well, maybe I want to spend 10,000 of those 20 in wave season, because that's typically the time frame that we get the most business. Even though I've seen trends now that wave season has kind of gone into April and a little bit further into the year. It used to just be January, February, and March, but now it's kind of bleeding into the other months. But maybe you want to kind of say, all right, I want to spend the bulk of my budget in first quarter, because I know that's where I'm going to see the most business. And maybe Q4, maybe it's 2,000 of that amount that you want to invest in, because maybe that's the slower time frame of your business. Maybe you'll throw in some money because you still get folks that are looking for those last minute holiday plans. And so you really kind of really want to analyze that when you put this plan in place and the budget that you want to spend with. Once you have this in place, you want to work with your BDM on this plan. They can help you build out this plan. Obviously, they're going to help you build it on their particular product, but you can add to that plan with what you're looking to do as well. So I would definitely share this with your BDM when you sit down with them. Maybe it's a virtual call or coffee, or maybe a lunch meeting or a dinner meeting. You should definitely share your plan, what you have what you have for 2026 when it comes to your marketing plan, and how did these key marketing efforts perform. I would hate for you all to be spending your dollars on something that's not performing. So you want to make sure that you gauge how these things are performing for you. For example, let's say that you had a social media post, you did a boost on Facebook for something that you posted. But when you look at the analytics that come behind it, because Google gives you the analytics on that particular post, did you see the ROI behind it? Was it wise to spend that money maybe on Google that for that particular um, campaign that you're running. So keep an eye on that. Don't throw away money. Reinvest it in something else. Maybe that's not working this time, and maybe you try something different and you spend those dollars on that. Sometimes you have to pause a particular campaign that you're running that may not be the right timing. Maybe you use it for 2027, and maybe 2027 is the right time for it. So you just got to really keep an eye on how you're performing with with the money that you're spending in your marketing plan. So keep definitely an eye on that. So what are some of the channels, right? I kind of mentioned a few of them, right? So focus on the right places, not all the places, right? Don't invest in everywhere that you possibly can, because then you're going to spend a ton of money and maybe you're not seeing the money come back. And so really focus on the places that matter to you, that you think you're going to see the best bang for your buck. Obviously, social media has been a huge uh, part of the business, and it's trending very well. Obviously, many people are using TikTok, and I have one of our advisors, actually, she uses LinkedIn, and that's very smart of her using LinkedIn as one of the platforms that she uses. Now, she doesn't post like some of the things you may see on social media, but she does more of an informative information on LinkedIn, and then she kind of throws in there like, "Hey, if you're looking to travel, by the way, I do own a travel agency business." So there's many ways of looking at how you really define your marketing channels and how you really want to kind of put yourself out there. Obviously, there's email marketing, and from what I've seen that this is a high ROI tool. You have a database already. Don't overwhelm your clients with or bombard them with emails. But I think email marketing is still important, and I think it's a crucial part of any campaign, any marketing campaign that you do. Obviously, if you have your website or some type of landing page, make sure that you definitely put information there that your clients are able to see and gain access to. I think the other thing is when you think about your local networking, when you're hosting events or webinars, that's also part of your marketing, right? So maybe you're doing a cruise night and it costs you, let's say it costs $1,000 to do this cruise night. Your BDM gave you 500 and you put the other 500. So obviously you're going to put the 500 in your marketing plan because that was a cost to you. But then kind of look at it, okay, did this really give me the business I was looking for? Was I able to get back my 500 bucks? Did I get more clients out of it that eventually I'll get some business out of that. So you really have to kind of look at that when you do some of your local stuff and webinars as well. And it's okay to do a webinar with your clients, even if it just costs having that Zoom membership. It's okay to do those type of things as well. So think about it when you um, are thinking about these local webinars and things like that when it comes to hosting events. And partnerships with local businesses, this is something I think is huge. You know, I partnered with a lot of the corporate companies that I had, and I gained a lot of business from that. So I think, I'll give you an example. Another example is maybe you go to your local dealership. I know there's some advisors out there that they host events at those dealerships, and some of maybe the prize, you fund the prize, but then you get, you're at the dealership. Obviously, there's people that walk in all the time. They'll market it to their clients that you'll be there, and maybe you team up with a few partners that you're comfortable working with, and maybe fit that dealership, right? So maybe if you're at a Porsche dealership, maybe you're going to focus on Emerald and maybe Celebrity, maybe Regent, Silver Sea, so on and so on. And maybe those are the partners you want to kind of say, hey, I'm thinking about doing this, hosting this event at the Porsche dealership. And so I would love for you to be here, and then get with Porsche, see who the stakeholder is, probably the general manager there, and just be like, hey, I'm thinking about, maybe teaming up with you. I think this would be a great idea, not only for bring more business to you guys, but also it will bring in some more foot traction into the dealership. So make those partnerships with those local businesses. I think it's huge. So take advantage of that. So hopefully you guys saw that my slide changed, because I saw something here that popped up saying that it was frozen, but I did change my slide. Build a simple monthly contact strategy. So I'll give you this here as a takeaway here is, maybe focus on a particular theme or focus that you want to do monthly. um, think about, maybe you want to focus on one partner for the partner of the month, and that's who you want to focus on. Get with them and see what they can give you as well to really push this forward and get as many sales as you can. The other thing is, maybe you do 4 weekly pieces of content. So that could be social media posts, emails, a blog, a video. What's becoming bigger and bigger and bigger is many advisors doing videos of themselves, in their journeys of their travels, and it's creating a big buzz for clients, and they love watching their advisors' journeys. And obviously blogs are still a thing, and so you should definitely, these are just examples. However you feel that you want to kind of put these, it's just, I want to give you a foundation and some type of structure when it comes to your marketing. And then try to have one call to action every week. How do you want to do that? Make sure it's clear, and that way your clients can get back to you. Maybe you see a particular offer that it was an amazing offer for a particular partner, and you have that clients that are interested in that. Hey, reach out to them and create a call to action so they can definitely contact you back as well. And then finally here, I would say that repurpose your platforms that you have. Just use as many platforms as you can that are working for you. Just keep them simple and reasonable for you and your business. So some of the marketing plan templates that are out there, Canva, MailChimp, obviously there's CRM companies that you can work with to create a simple marketing plan, one pager that can definitely help you with that. So you have the resources out there. Some you may have to pay for a subscription. Others you may be able to get away with a free subscription for a certain amount of content that you're able to use with them. But use the tools that are out there. They're there to be used, and I think that if you team up with some of these tools and resources, it's only going to help you grow your business and really stand out when it comes to your clients and how you're really looking to that. So as I wrap this session today, I hope that you have really feel more confident about building a business plan. I hope that it's a little bit clearer for you, and that you were able to get some little nuggets here and there from my presentation today, and put it all together and put it in your goals. And remember, keep it simple, clear, and understandable for you. And always keep short and long-term goals within the plan. And once again, thank you for your time. Thank you for attending this event, this webinar today, I should say. And thank you for everything that you guys do to take people out of their homes, as my president says, Jen Lee. She's like, you guys are in the business to take people out of their homes. So take people out of their homes and have them see the world. So with that, I guess we can go now to the two questions.
Okay, that sounds great. Hey, Calvin, that was wonderful. Thank you. Great information. And a number of people have posted it saying it's so helpful and it was really insightful. I do have one question and then we'll go to your other questions unless something else pops in here. But do you have a recommended CRM for beginner independent travel business owners that you would recommend?
So I will say that there's three, and the reason why I'll call out these three is because at TPI we partnered with these three because we felt that we wanted to give our advisors the choice to really choose one they really felt was for their business. So if I were to call out three, I would say Turn would be one, Travelify would be the other, or Travel Joy. Now, what I've heard, you know, over some time is that Travel Joy, for the most part, has been something that a lot of new to the business advisors have gravitated to. But what I would recommend for you all to do is they all offer free trials. So sign up for their free trials and see if that really fits your business and how comfortable do you feel using their platform. And I think once you fall in love with one or the other, then that should be your go-to CRM. But definitely take advantage of their free trial offers and see which one is really the right fit for your business.
Thank you. That's great. I appreciate that. All right. So I guess we'll go ahead and go to our prize offerings. And the first one is going to be, I'm going to ask this question, folks. I want you to just put your answers in the questions area that you see on the right-hand side of the screen as fast as you can. And then we'll be randomly choosing the correct and one of the correct answers for the first prize offering and then for the second. So this first one is, and this is this question could have a lot of different kind of answers, but I'm looking, or Calvin is looking specifically for something that he kind of has referred to during this presentation. So think back when he talked about originally about the business plan and all that, and just kind of get your mind thinking back to that. How often should I update or review my business plan as a travel advisor? Go. So we got a lot of right answers in here.
Okay. I said it. I think I said it several times.
You did. You did. I was listening. So yeah, you definitely did. And I have no idea what that noise was. That was just as bizarre as I apologize to everybody. No idea where that came from. So gotta love technology, right? Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah.
All right. Let's see here. Okay. We have a lot of right answers, but we have a few that, I mean, a lot of them could be. First, I'll just award it, and then I'll tell you what the answers were that a lot of people said, okay? So the correct answer, I'm gonna randomly choose right now, is going to go to, I like them all. This is really something. I want to answer all of them. Okay, it's going to go. This person answered two right answers, so I'm going to do this one. Okay, Sharon Gardner is going to win for the consultation with you, and her answer was quarterly and annually. So you did say quarterly a lot, and you also said annually was important as well to kind of review it. So Sharon, I think you are the winner. And she also said as often as you need to. So I think she really got that, right? She got that one.
She sure did.
You definitely got it. Yeah, good job, Sharon. All right. Calvin will be reaching out to you about that. So, all right. And then the next thing is, the next question, I'm going to clear my screen here real quick. All righty. The next question is, what are the most important parts of a marketing plan for travel advisors who feel overwhelmed or short on time? What's the most important part? Pamela, put your answers right where you just wrote that question. Somebody asked me where to put it.
Oh.
I'm going to let people come on in here with it. And a lot of people are coming up with things that you shared, Calvin, as to what are the right. I like this one. Someone says brief. That's good. That's a good one. Okay.
That is a good one.
There's a lot of really good answers, but I'm looking specifically for one that you had suggested that I look for. So. Okay. I'm not seeing the answers. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pick what I think would be the second most important, if that's okay, based on what I'm seeing here.
Yeah.
Because they're all right. They're all so right. Okay, found it. And she just typed it in. So this is actually what you had kind of said what you wanted the answer to be. So Alicia, congratulations, Alicia Devins. You hit the nail on the head there. Okay. She said set short-term goals, and Calva's answer to the question had been the most important part is having a simple monthly content strategy that you can stick to. And that would be to me the same as short-term goals, so you can kind of see where you're at. So good job, Alicia. I think you did a great job answering that. All right, folks, that was a great webinar and really something to think about as we enter our new year and rethinking our business plans and everything else. And Alicia, I will be sending you an Amazon gift card a little later this afternoon, so be watching your email for that. Great information, Calvin. I want to wish you and your family, Calvin, the most wonderful holiday. I know you're going to have a great event or time with your kids, and I'm excited for you. And I thank you for all you've done for us at Travel Professional News throughout this last year. And to everybody on here, this is officially my last webinar of the year, but we will begin again in January. But I wanted to wish everyone a wonderful holiday season. I so enjoy my time with all of you on here, and I wish you and your families the best of a holiday season. Thanks everyone for being here, and we will see you next year, I guess. Thank you, Calvin.
Oh, thank you everyone for attending. Happy holidays, obviously. Happy holidays to everyone. Remember, take a second to breathe, take a quick break and relax with the family. Enjoy that holiday time. It's very important. So happy new year as well to everyone. We'll be back on these webinars next year, and can't wait to be able to give you more and more content and more learning to all of you. So thank you so much. I appreciate you guys attending today's webinar.
All right. Bye-bye, everybody, and thank you.
Bye.